Hi, guys. I'm John, and with me today is Barb. We are playing while Alton's out. We are bored out of our minds, and now we're going to probably do something a little weird, right?
A little. I mean, relatively.
Relatively. Hopefully, this segment will make you laugh or make you think about some weird topics, right? But maybe I won't get a response from Barb, and we'll just sit here awkwardly.
Oh, I thought that
And
was just assumed. Like, of course, you're going to be thinking about all the great things that we talk about. This is going to be dinner table conversation for like the next month in your house.
this
Yeah.
is not dinner table friendly if you heard the last episode. Oh my goodness. I might share too much and I probably should edit more of this out, but screw it. I have no life and I don't care if I embarrass my family. Is that too much? All right. Hey,
Nope.
so tell us about this segment. Tell us exactly what this is.
This is the Think Fast segment where we rapid fire answer questions that you have no interest in knowing the answers to.
All right. So this is not our normal podcast. The Deciding Factor podcast is a completely different show and dynamic. And we suggest you check those out if you'd like to learn something that you probably don't know already. So, guys, this is the Deciding Factor Extra.
Bringing you their thoughts on today's news and current events. Coming to you from Austin, Texas, this is the Deciding Factor Extra. With your hosts, Alton Hill and John Herzog.
Guys, thanks for joining us yet again on the Deciding Factor Extra show. Me and Barb are going to do Think Fast, and we are going to ask some questions that probably are not normal or sane, but we're going to answer them anyways and try not to embarrass ourselves too much and not lose too many listeners. That's
I
the
think our
goal.
goal is just to not get sued.
Okay, we'll try not to get sued. I'm okay with
Okay.
that one.
Okay.
So we'll start out with a pretty simple question. Would you rather do a movie marathon of 80s dance movies or Westerners?
Westerns. 80s dance movies, definitely. Already I can think of like 5 off the top of my head. And they're funny. I don't know why we stopped making movies the way we do in the 80s. They're just funny.
I don't know why people like Westerners. My dad has forced me to watch too many of John Wayne's movies, and they all suck.
Okay, now that's too far. You're from Texas. How do you say that?
So we all have to have dip in our lip and spurs on our shoes?
Yeah, more or less what I'm saying. Yep.
That's very discriminative of you, considering I thought different things of you when I first saw you. So,
As I recall, you thought that I was a hick. Wasn't that the I feel
okay,
like the words that
on
you
the phone, I thought you were a hick that was living out in the country. So I thought you were family, but then I got you on the show, and I was like, "Holy crap! What the heck is this?"
What? What?
I mean, come on.
You now get to explain because yeah, I lived most of my life on the country. So when did I cease to be family? You saw me and I'm not family anymore?
No,
Is it the
no.
hair? What?
It's the hair and the tattoos. I was like, wait,
Oh,
this throws me off. And then I was like, huh,
can't do much about that.
yeah. Anywho, so
Welcome to my superpower. I always get people thinking, this is low expectations. You come in with low expectations and it's all just uphill from there.
it's funny is when I describe you to the people that we're gonna try to get on the show, I'm like, yeah, there's Barb, but she's different. So
Wow, this has turned into a hurtful segment. My goodness.
no, so it's definitely 80s dance. That way I can embarrass all the kids when I try to dance.
Yeah,
'Cause I
footloose.
definitely can't dance. Footloose, yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Name your ultimate comfort food. Does alcohol count? No, that's a drink. That's not a food. Damn.
If it's made out of a grain, I think that counts as a food.
Is that Jello shot considered food?
Depends on what alcohol you use to make it. I was gonna say like my mom's beef stew, but now I'm thinking that I've thought too small.
What about pot brownies? Are pot brownies considered a comfort food?
It depends on if you're the one eating them or the one that has to like sit next to you and smell your. It's the smell that people get after they eat pot brownies. I can't stand it. Ugh.
Oh, I'm so gonna get some questions at church. Yeah.
You're gonna find out really quickly who listens to your podcast.
Yeah. I know one of the elders does. Please don't lecture me. So,
Are pot brownies legal in Texas?
no.
Um,
Yeah.
Can I just say overrated? I tried once and I just thought, what in the world? I didn't get the munchies. I didn't get happy. I didn't get any of the things that people say that it does. I'm like, this just feels like normal life. Why are we fussing about this? Except that it smells worse.
Did you have sex that night?
What, like differently than usual or just in general?
Did you have sex that night, period?
I don't remember.
Well, that doesn't help me solve any problems of what you may have discovered about yourself that night. So,
Just give me a clue. Would it be that I could or that I couldn't?
No, pot makes you horny. That's
Yeah.
one of the other things it does to people.
All I pretty much remember was getting sort of sleepy and annoyed by the smell.
Really?
Yeah. I was really disappointed. I
So
tried
you
it. Yeah.
became OCD in a sense. Is that what you're saying?
No, okay. This is now too much information. Really sorry about that. But so somebody told me that I ought to do it for pain relief. And so I tried they gave it to me in caramel form. And like for days, my pores smelled like pot. It was terrible. So I'm like, okay, if I'm going to go through all that and it still didn't do anything, we're going to try for higher concentration. And I tried smoking it. And so my husband, who was a delinquent in high school, had to teach me how to smoke it. And it turns out all that it does is smell bad. I got nothing out of it. No high, no munchies, no nothing. I just want to say, I think that all these people that are successfully hooked on pot, they probably could get successfully hooked on anything. I don't think the substance actually does anything. Like, have you tried just swapping out basil? Probably does the same thing. A lot of information. Sorry.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Something about comfort food. Yeah. Don't know how we got in so much.
Well, yours is either alcohol or pot brownies. Okay, good.
Just thinking about all the comments to come. Woo-hoo. We need to cancel this show immediately.
You wanted engagement. Alton is never going to go hunting again. You know that? He's going to come back and be like,
John,
can't walk away.
We can't have you doing any shows without me, so I can put you in check.
Who knew that Alton would be the censor?
Or would he come up with weirder, more awkward answers?
That's what I want to know. I think we need to do at least one of these with him here so that I can see which one of us rises to the top as the adult that keeps it from going too far. So far, I see no candidates.
Nope, not me. I'm definitely not going for that one. I'm not at work, so I don't have to play nice and watch what I say. Well, unless I run for office, then I got to be careful what I say. Comfort foods. So for me, barbecue actually does it for me. And the only reason I say that because I do like to cook it myself. So I guess it kind of makes me enjoy it a little more. So it's barbecue for me. Yes, I'm Texan. I get it. No big deal. Ha, ha, ha.
See, it's too easy of a joke. I wasn't even going to bother.
Okay. You're going to have to read this question you put up for the next one because I don't understand.
Did I type? Oh, should I call her ma'am? This is the question. Okay. I have been observing that women of my age, and I'll let you all guess what that is, don't like being called ma'am. That this is like an offensive thing. And I keep hearing it repeatedly, like, oh my goodness, I went to the store and that, the bag boy called me ma'am. When did I suddenly turn old? And I always thought that it was a great thing. Like I've never cared about being called ma'am. So I'm curious, how do you know when to call someone ma'am? I don't think there's like a male. I mean, everybody could be sir. You could be 5 years old and be sir, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like with ma'am, there's some association with it that it's like, you're an old lady now. Is that true?
Some people do that. In fact, my daughter's volleyball coach sorry if you're listening to this. My daughter calls her ma'am or miss, and they straight up told her, don't call me ma'am or miss. Like, you can just call me by, and they would say their first name.
Hmm.
And my daughter was like, "What do I do, Dad? Like, I I don't know what to do." And I'm like, it's one of those Southern things. I think for us, it's plain and simple. I have to call you yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am, because that's the respect that I've been taught, and I don't feel comfortable breaking that. I understand that maybe it makes you feel old, but it is what it is. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I can't figure out why it would be a problem. Like I don't quite understand why people would be upset by it. But it's a thing that I'm finding. So I was curious, like how you determine, especially if it's someone that you don't know. Like let's suppose it's not a coach or someone, just someone that you meet. Like so and so drops her receipt out on the sidewalk. Do you say, "Oh, ma'am, you dropped your receipt"? Or do you say,
Yo,
excuse me,
dude,
person,
you dropped this.
right? Like how do you decide?
Well, I don't say dude. So
Okay. So it's pretty much always
I
ma'am.
can
All
say
right.
dude. Yeah. I just think it's cut and dry. The weirder part that I would ask you about that question is, why the heck did they come up with the spelling ma'am the way they do?
It's a great question. I mean, I know why it is. They took the D out, they put an apostrophe. It's madam. But why? I have no idea. That's
Because I mean,
English doesn't make sense as a language.
man is MAN. So if you wanted to say ma'am, it would be MAM.
Yeah, but it's because it's short for madam. Just like Mr. We abbreviate, but it's still just Mr. Anyway.
I could go on for days about the English language and how it's spelled. Okay.
Stay tuned for that extra.
All right. Animated or live action Disney movies. Give me an example.
Okay, there's a whole trend of them right now. They turned Cinderella into a live act real person. I could it's a real person movie, a live action. They recently did it with Mulan. We had a guy on the show. Yeah, see, neither have I. We had a guy on the show last week who was talking about how he went ahead and paid to see it early, right? Because his daughter really wanted to see it. And so I'm just curious, like, are we purists about Disney movies? Does it have to be the original cartoon, or do we like the live action?
My question is Facebook view or Facebook watch parties, do those really work? Like, should we Facebook watch Mulan together with our families or what?
We probably should. Although I think you can do it on yeah, just to say we did it. We probably should. My kids want to see it. Yeah, I've never tried that. I've never done that. I have sat with a friend and we did like sit on the phone and time it. Like, are you starting your movie? Yeah. Okay. So that we could make fun of it through the entire thing. And that was fun. Like to go ahead and text. We had picked a super predictable Netflix movie, one of those Netflix chick flicks where you know exactly what's going to happen as soon as the credits roll at the beginning. And we just sat and made fun of it for the whole time.
I can't stand people talking during the movies.
Maybe you and I should watch a movie together.
Yeah. I mean, my son talks the whole time and it's like, shut up. Shut up. You hear the movie, shut up. I would love to tell you what it's all about, but I'm learning at the same time you are. So shut up so I can learn what's going on in the movie.
My kids do that with books, actually. I'll read aloud to them and I'll keep getting interrupted as I read, like, but wait, what's going to happen? Just listen and I'll tell you. But what did, oh, sheesh.
I've never seen it. How am I supposed to know and be able to tell you?
Because you're all knowing dad, obviously.
Well, at least somebody thinks I'm smart enough. I actually like the modern or live real person movie. How would you say that?
Live action, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that? Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like animated ones. I don't like the cartoons. I like the actual like Toy Story animation type thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I really love the spin when you turn it into a real person, especially with all the technology they have now. It's just like the Superman movies. Oh, yeah, screw animation, man. I love the live action ones. So that's
I kind of feel like it's comparing oranges to brooms. Like they're both good and they're both useful, but I don't really think they have much to do with each other. Like the new live action Cinderella, it's not ever actually going to replace the original Cinderella in my brain because that's like a childhood nostalgic thing. We need oranges and brooms.
Okay, so here's your final question. It goes along with the movies: is should sequels exist?
No. Hard pass. No.
Hard pass, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, me and you definitely. Thank God we never tried to date back in the day. So I'm absolutely for sequels. In fact, there's still older movies that I wish they'd come and add more to, like Ace Ventura Pet Detective. They had 1 and 2. I need 3, 5, 6, 9, 20. You know, keep it coming, baby.
Oh, that's so funny. To me, I'm like, okay, I can think of maybe 2 movies that I think that the sequel is as good, maybe better than the original. It's incredibly rare. Most of the time, it's like, okay, you mentioned Toy Story. Can we rant about Toy Story? Did you see? Really? Did you see the 4th one?
I saw all of them, and
Did you watch that time back? Yeah, I understand. Yeah,
I was never a great fan of Toy Story in general.
Yeah, but you don't have to be a fan to look at it and be like, okay, 2nd movie was funny. 3rd movie, scary. 4th movie, what the heck? Woody runs away from the family. That's wrong. My kids.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, totally runs off with Bo Peep. If somebody had told me that before, we would not have gotten a ticket and watched it in a movie theater. Just think, why couldn't you leave it alone? They were happy at the end of the 1st movie. I was happy. They were happy. We could have just left it.
What about it?
What about it?
They had 1 and 2. Did you not like
it? Like the that's God, I've never watched it. Sorry.
You never watched it?
Sounds like a really bad joke. No, I never watched it. It, capital IT. No, I haven't.
Transformers.
Really? I didn't get the appeal.
Avengers.
I like Avengers movies. I think that, again, though, like the early ones. No, I can't even say that. They had some duds in there. They weren't all good.
You are killing me. Okay, final movie.
You like all the Avengers movies?
Yeah. I like all of the superhero movies.
I like them. I just don't think that all of the Avengers were. I didn't. You know what? I don't think of them as sequels either.
But I want to be the next Batman. No.
Cricket. Cricket. Okay. Okay. What was your last one? You had one more.
I've got a double, just like the last one. So pull it off, right?
Everyone that thinks
short, is that what it comes down to?
That is what I was not saying, actually. I was not saying that you seem too short to be Christian Bale in Batman.
Well, whatever. What about Taken? The movie Taken. Did you ever see that? Or those series?
No.
Oh.
It's another scary one, isn't it? I don't
no,
so much go.
It's an action-packed one.
Okay.
Okay, so spoiler alert. Guy's a secret agent throughout his whole life, learns all these awesome skills, and his daughter decides that she wants to go to Paris. Well, she gets taken by some people that are going to drug her and then sell her. And
like you do.
He opens a can of whoop ass, and it is amazing.
Okay, all right, I'll see that. So does that sounds fine. For some reason, I guess I was thinking of something else.
The person.
I could either make fun of that a lot or not. So okay, I'll look.
You'll have to watch it and let me know.
Okay, we'll get back to that.
That's all the questions I have for you. So I guess we've got at least one more of these series of ThinkFast, right?
Yeah.
So plenty of more
questions just keep coming.
So plenty of time to embarrass ourselves still. So stay tuned. Make sure you catch our normal show, which is not so weird and goofy. It is the Deciding Factor podcast. We answer everyday life issues that you might not know the answers to. So make sure you tune in. Of course, we'd like you to make your own decisions. So we don't tell you what you have to think. We show you what we break down and how we break down. And then we come up with our own decisions. And then you still have to decide on your own. And if you didn't see the one with Barbara on it about homeschooling, you might be shocked as to what I learned during that show. So that's just one good example. Guys, this was fun. It was interesting. It's got some weird questions, and hopefully we didn't share too much with you, at least this time. So make sure you catch another show of the Deciding Factor Extra. Barbara, say bye.
Bye.
This has been another episode of the Deciding Factor Extra, giving you food for thought on real-life issues. Be sure to click, like, and subscribe to this podcast, as well as all your big social media outlets, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Don't forget to check out our website, thedecidingfactorpodcast.com, and give us comments and feedback. Until next time, stay safe and keep an open mind.